Good morning, everybody. This is Diane Doyle in Plant-Based Dallas, and I want to show you how I make my beans again today. Today I'm doing a blend of mostly red beans, but I always want to sneak some lentils in there because they're the powerhouse of legumes. So I've got some French green lentils in there as well. But let me come and show you in my pantry which ones I use today. So I use some red beans, I used some kidney beans, and I used some azuki beans. I also used some red chickpeas, and I used some cranberry beans. And I'm also going to add in some scarlet runner beans. These came from my garden, so I'll put those in as well. And then I used my French green lentils. Okay, so we'll go back here, and once I've poured in all my beans that I'm going to cook, I'm then going to rinse them really well. So we'll do that first. Because I'm in a hurry today, I'm going to use this seasoning blend from Walmart. And beans are a great way to sneak in additional things. So I've got these long green beans from my garden this past summer, and they're chopped real small, so I'll add those. And I've also got some butternut squash. By the time these cook for over an hour in the Instapot, everything is going to be dissolved and nothing really is going to be distinguishable except for the beans. So I'm also going to add a little bit of grain in here. I'm going to add some purple barley and some quinoa. Okay, so let's get going. Okay, I add a little bit of fresh pepper and jalapenos from the garden as well. I do not use the insides or the seeds. I just cut up the whole jalapeno without that. So it adds spice, but not horribly hot, so we can't eat it. Okay, and as far as the spices I'm going to put a little bit of flax meal, just because I put flax meal in everything. We're going to do a little bit of nutritional yeast and Creole seasoning I'm going to use this time because that has a blend of lots of other ones in it, so I don't need to worry about adding a lot of other ones. And then, of course, a lot more garlic. So I'm just going to dump and go, and I will try and hold this so y'all can watch and see what I do. Flax meal, I don't know, a tablespoon or so. Nutritional yeast, I'm definitely a little bit more liberal with that. It could be as much as a third a cup to a half a cup. That just adds a lot of creaminess. And then garlic powder. For a batch this big, easily 2 or 3 teaspoons. Okay. And then my Creole seasoning. No, at least a tablespoon, because this is the only spice that's in here. And after I cook it is when I'll add the salt. So if I taste it and it might need a little bit more spice, I might add some more paprika or smoked paprika, or if it needs a little bit more heat, I'll add a little bit of red pepper or cayenne. But for right now, we're going to cook it with all those spices. And no salt, remember, because that salt inhibits the absorption of liquid in your beans and grains. Okay, and I added enough water to this. I put the beans in first, then I put the water in, and I covered the beans about 4 times water, 4 to 1 for the ratio of water to beans, just because I want to make sure I have enough water in here. Okay, and then we're going to plug this in here. Sorry about that. I know I'm off base. And since none of them have been soaked, this is going to take a good hour, and it's going to be nice and creamy, and there'll be no problem. So I'm going to easily go, 55 minutes on that, and that should really make them soft and delicious. And we'll check them later on. Okay, here is the final version of the red beans, and has a little bit of, again, purple barley in it, and a little bit of quinoa. It is delicious. I added salt, a little bit of Worcestershire after it was cooked, and a little bit more of smoked paprika, but it is wonderful. So y'all need to try this. Have a good one. Bye-bye.